lateral surface. Lateral surface is present. This is the anterior border. This one is a lateral border. In between the anterior border and the lateral border, and here there is a anterior lateral surface is there. And in this bone, and is a anterior border, and this one is a lateral border. In between the anterior border and lateral border, there is a anterior medial surface is there. And next we have to discuss about this posterior surface. So posterior surface here, this is the humerus. It is a greater tubercle, lateral supracanine. Here is a humerus. So here, this neck is a greater tubercle. So here what happens? This one is a lateral border. This one is a medial border. In between the lateral border and medial border, and there is a posterior surface is there, and this surface is called by the posterior surface. It's a posterior surface. Posterior surface is present. In between the medial border and the lateral border, and this one is a posterior surface. And this posterior surface is divided by into two by the radial groove. So radial groove is located here. This one is a radial groove. This one is called by the radial groove. The radial groove, it divides the posterior surface into two, and superior to this is a upper part of the posterior surface of the humerus, and below the radial groove, and this is called by the inferior part of the posterior surface of the humerus. So here you see, and there is a posterior surface. Posterior surface is present in between the lateral border and the medial border, and in the middle, and here there is a radial groove is there. So this radial groove, it divides the posterior surface into upper part of the posterior surface and the lower part of the posterior surface. Next, we have to discuss about the attachment and the saw. So the attachment in here, there is subscapularis muscle is there. Subscapularis muscle, and this one is the coracoid process. It is a scapula. It is a scapula, and this one is a coracoid process. So here what happens? There is a subscapularis muscle is there. So subscapularis muscle, it arises from the subscapular fossa. Here, this one is a subscapular fossa, it gives the origin for the subscapularis muscle or ventral surface of the scapula. It gives the subscapularis muscle. So this after origin, these subscapularis muscle fibers, they runs towards the lateral side, and they are inserted into the lesser tubercle of the humerus. So here this is the subscapularis muscle. The muscle fibers, they are running lateral side, and they are inserted into the lesser tubercle of the humerus. Lesser tubercle of the humerus. Here, lesser tubercle of the humerus. This one is a subscapularis muscle. Subscapularis muscle. It arises from here, and the insertion is in the lesser tubercle. So, one second. This is the scapula. This is the dorsal surface, because here there is a spine is there. So this is a ventral surface, or otherwise it is called by the subscapular fossa. So subscapular fossa, it gives the origin for the subscapularis muscle. And here, the medial side, in the ventral surface, medial side, there is an insertion of the serratus anterior muscle. So subscapularis muscle arises from here, and after origin, it runs towards the lateral side, laterally. You see here, and this one is a lesser tubercle, and this one is a greater tubercle. Here, this is a lesser tubercle, this one is a greater tubercle of the humerus. And these fibers, they slightly ascend upwards, forwards and laterally. They are inserted in the lesser tubercle of the humerus. Once again, you see here the subscapularis muscle. It is arising from the subscapular fossa and up to the root of the glenoid cavity. And these fibers, and they slightly ascend upwards, forwards and laterally. And these fibers moves like this. They are inserted into the lesser tubercle of the humerus. Origin is there and insertion is here. And here there is an insertion of the subscapularis muscle. And this one is called by the subscapularis muscle. This is the subscapularis. Subscapularis muscle. Subscapularis muscle. Origin from here and insertion is here. Then there is this coracoid process. Coracoid process, it gives the origin for the two muscles and by the common tendon. And here, this one is this muscle. It is a coracobrachialis. Brachialis muscle, and this one is a short head of biceps brachii muscle. In the tip of the coracoid process of the scapula, it is giving the short head of the biceps and coracobrachialis muscle. And these two muscles, they are arising from the tip of the coracoid process. Coracobrachialis and the short head of the biceps brachii. You see here, and this one is a tip of the coracoid process, and it gives the common tendon and the common origin for the biceps, short head of the biceps brachii and coracobrachialis muscle. So coracobrachialis muscle insertion take place. Insertion. And this coracobrachialis muscle and it descends downwards and it is inserted into the middle of the medial border of the scapula and humerus, middle of the medial border of the humerus, and here there is an insertion of the coracobrachialis muscle. This one is a coracobrachialis. Coracobrachialis muscle, it originates from the tip of the coracoid process by the common origin for the short head of the biceps and the coracobrachialis muscle, and it descends downwards, and while descending downwards and it descends downwards straightly, and it is inserted along with the medial border of the medial border of the humerus, and these are two muscles. And another thing I have to say, and here there is a humerus, it has a you see here, it is a humerus, greater tubercle, and here it is a lesser tubercle. Here there is a lesser tubercle, and here there is a greater tubercle. These are two are there.